Welcome to Words of Wisdom from English Plus Podcast. I'm your host, Danny. Today we're going to talk about a very special proverb and a very special quote. And I promise that you will learn a lot from this proverb and quote. So a brand new proverb in Words of Wisdom is coming up. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back. Today's proverb is beggars can't be choosers. Now let's try to understand the proverb first. The proverb beggars can't be choosers serves as a stark reminder of the limitations faced when one is in a position of need or dependency. It implies that when one lacks resources or leverage, they are in no position to dictate terms, preferences, or conditions. This saying underscores the humility and acceptance required in times of scarcity, emphasizing the importance of gratitude for what is offered rather than lamenting what is not. Now let's talk about the importance and relevance to everyday life for this proverb, beggars can't be choosers. This proverb is deeply relevant in various aspects of daily life, from personal relationships to professional environments. It teaches the value of appreciating what we have and the importance of adaptability and gratitude, especially in less than ideal circumstances. The phrase encourages a realistic approach to life's challenges, prompting the idea that we should not let pride or entitlement prevent us from accepting help when we need it. Let's talk about some appropriate uses with some examples, of course. Let's talk about job offers. In a tough job market, a person might have to accept a position that doesn't meet all their expectations but provides a necessary stepping stone for future opportunities. And what about financial assistance? When receiving financial aid or support, it might not be exactly as one wishes, but it's essential to appreciate the help during tough times. And what about second-hand items? Accepting used or donated items when one cannot afford new ones is a practical application of this proverb. And finally, when we talk about it in the context of advice and guidance, sometimes advice may not come in the form we desire, but if it is wise and beneficial, it's worth heeding. And finally, let's talk about the origin of the proverb. The phrase beggars can't be choosers is believed to have originated from ancient proverbs and has been widely used in English literature since the 16th century. Its exact origin is difficult to pinpoint, but it reflects a long-standing recognition of the dynamics of power and need within societies. Today's quote is, "Life is what happens when you're busy making other plans." The quote, "Life is what happens when you're busy making other plans," is attributed to John Lennon, a British singer-songwriter and a founding member of the Beatles, one of the most successful and influential bands in the history of popular music. This line is from the lyrics of his song Beautiful Boy or Darling Boy, which he wrote for his son Sean. The song was released in 1980 on the album Double Fantasy, which came out shortly before Lennon's tragic death. The context of this quote is a loving and reflective message from a father to his son, emphasizing the importance of living in the moment and not getting too caught up in future plans. Now let's talk about the importance of this quote and its relevance to everyday life. This quote is a powerful reminder of the unpredictable and often fleeting nature of life. It encourages mindfulness and living in the present, highlighting how easy it is to miss out on the beauty and richness of life when we focus too much on planning for the future. It serves as a call to appreciate the now, the people in our lives, and the experiences we encounter daily. So, when is it appropriate to use this quote? And I'll give you some examples. Let's start with personal growth. In the pursuit of future goals or dreams, individuals may become so focused on the end result that they forget to appreciate the journey and the lessons learned along the way. This quote reminds us to find joy and growth in the process. And what about family and relationships? It's common for parents or partners to get caught up in work or future plans, missing out on quality time with loved ones. This quote can serve as a reminder to prioritize these moments before they pass. And what about career and education? Students and professionals often stress about future achievements and career paths, sometimes at the expense of their health or personal life. This quote underlines the importance of balancing ambition with well-being and the value of the present moment. And finally, mental health. For those struggling with anxiety about the future, this quote can offer comfort and a perspective shift towards valuing the present, erasing worries about what has yet to come. Thank you for listening to Words of Wisdom from English Plus Podcast. I hope you like the content. I hope you like today's proverb and quote, and I hope you learned a lot from them. And maybe these are just the words you needed to hear right now. Or maybe these are exactly the words of wisdom you need to say to somebody else. Either way, thank you for your time. And before I leave you, I encourage you to follow the podcast, not to miss any of our Words of Wisdom episodes or any of our other episodes. And if you want to take it a step further, you can support me on Patreon. The link to my page is in the description of this episode. With that being said, I would like to thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed this episode. This is your host, Danny, signing off. I will see you next time.